Hi, I'm Dr. Mark Pitstick at soulproof.com, and we're talking about heaven and hell. What are they really? When I was 11 years old, I was sitting in church listening to the minister talk about hell in the context of a place of fiery eternal torment. And a voice or deep thought inside my head said, "Mark, they have that one a little bit wrong. God has no such need of such a place in his plan of salvation for all." And I looked around to see if anyone else had heard that voice. Everyone else was looking straight ahead. That was my first revelatory experience, or hearing the voice of spirit, or maybe hearing my inner wisdom, versus just trusting outward authority. So many of our notions about heaven and hell came from teachings from thousands of years ago and from literal interpretations of scriptural books. And so here's a paragraph from my book, Soul Proof. I talk about some problems with literal translations. So I say, for many of us, our perspectives about the afterlife came from orthodox religious teachings about heaven and hell. Taking scriptures literally can be problematic because of extensive alterations via interpretations, deletions, additions, and translations. It's just a historical fact that that's occurred over years. Councils of powerful men got together periodically and voted about what was to be deleted, added, how it would be interpreted. Political and church power struggles entered into the equation. There's evidence, for example, by councils that voted on whether to include certain books or even topics in the Bible. As a result, irresolvable conflicts, such as an eternal place of torment, are taught that free thinkers cannot accept and children cannot imagine. Over the years, as I've toured around the country, given workshops, I've had a number of older people come up and confide in me that even as children, the idea of a fiery eternal place of hell never made sense to them, and as elders, they still couldn't believe it. And many thinking people have understandably rejected any idea of God because of these schizophrenic notions. God is love, yet a certain percentage, even one, would suffer forever. It just doesn't make sense to anyone who looks at the big picture. A real turning point for me was working with a patient named Maud. She was 90 years old, one of the sweetest women, angelic, always working for others, doing all sorts of mission work and so on, always in church, front row, and just a saint of a person as much as you'll ever meet. And the last time I saw her, I had a feeling that she was going to be passing on soon. And I said, "Well, Maud, if I don't see you again, I know that I'll see you in heaven someday." And she got this look of fear on her face and said, "Well, I sure hope I go there." And she looked down and said, "I hope I don't end up in that other place." And I thought, my God, if a person like Maud deep inside fears hell, how much do other people fear it? And this made me even more motivated to find out about the real meanings of this. So here's a quote from Joseph Campbell, many people know about, talking about the Thomas Gospel, which is one of the Gospels omitted from the Bible. He states, quote, "At the end of the Thomas Gospel, the disciples ask, 'When will the kingdom come?' And Jesus answers, 'The kingdom will not come by expectation. The kingdom of the Father is spread over the earth, and men do not see it,'" end quote. And Campbell says, in other words, bring it about in your hearts. And that is precisely the sense of nirvanic realization. This is it. All you have to do is see it. And the function of meditation leading to that is to disassociate you from your commitment to this body, which is afraid to die, so that you realize the eternal dimension is right here, now, and everywhere, end quote. So we'll be talking more about heaven and hell. Be sure you visit our website, soulproof.com, sign up for the free email newsletter. Thank you for sharing this with others.